Hi everyone. Okay, we are locked in again. So we are doing some. Today we are going to do some fresh ravioli. They are green ravioli, so they are the dough is infused with a fresh rocket, which I made. As you saw, you probably saw another picture. I will show you all the ingredients. This is the fresh rocket, just blanched with some extra virgin olive oil. It's about 200 grams of rocket leaves there. Okay, I'm making 3 kilos of pasta. I'm using 3 kilos of flour. Is half and a half, 1.5 kilos of semola, and the 1.5 kilos then 00 flour for the ravioli is a good combination. Okay, all this in here. Normally, because I got this machine, obviously it's different when you make it by hand. But when you make it with a machine, the dough mustn't be too soft. So my dosage normally is about 400 grams of liquid per kilo. Okay, per kilo flour is 450 grams of combination of liquid between different things. Now I'll show you. So I put the flour in the machine slowly. So that is 3 kilos of flour. Now, for that amount of flour, I need 1 kilo and 350 grams of liquid. So I start to put in the rocket pesto in my scales because I do weigh it. Okay, so the pesto, what I've done is I just gently blanched on boiling water for a minute or so, and then I put it through the food processor, as you see, with the extra virgin olive oil. Obviously, I need some liquid to go to be processed on the machine, but also what it does, I need also a little bit of olive oil on the dough, because the dough, if you're making ravioli, the dough needs to be elastic, because you will see later on, it has to be, normally is one layer on the bottom, and then you got the filling, and then the layer on the top to cover the fillings. And obviously the layer on the top, that's got to be a bit flexible. So if the pasta is too dry, it can break, and then all the filling, while you're cooking it can go all over the place. So a little bit olive oil with the dough makes it more flexible, and that gives a way around the filling. We will show later on. What I normally do, so I started putting the rocket pesto, and I put about 3 eggs per kilo to add to the mix. So altogether, as I said earlier on, I need to 1 kilo, 350 grams of liquid. So I will put 9 eggs for the 3 kilos of flour, plus the rocket pesto, and then I'll wrap the rest with a slightly warm water to make up to 1 kilo. Okay. Yes, 5 grams. We'll just mix it a little bit. Okay, and then gently, it's going to go inside the machine without making a mess, preferably. Okay, the machine has been working for about 10 minutes, so the dough should be ready now. Let's have a look. Oh yes, it's quite nice, yeah. There we go. There we go. As you can see, the dough has been working. The machine has been working for about 10 minutes and the dough is nice. It's not too dry, not too soft, nice and elastic. Okay, so we're ready now. Now I cover it up with a cling film for a few minutes while I prepare the filling, which already started. And I'll see you in a minute to complete the ravioli. Okay, now we got all the ingredients ready. We got the dough, we got the filling. The filling is mascarpone, goat cheese, and spinach. Normally it's ricotta, goes very well, but there was I found a nice fresh mascarpone yesterday, so I decided to make a little lively alteration to the classic ricotta. So I'm using the mascarpone instead of ricotta. Mascarpone, goat cheese, and the spinach. Okay, the dough, as I told you earlier on, is infused with 2 different flours, semola and zero flour, infused with rocket. Okay, and now we start the process of the dough is nice and rested, as you can see. I have to put it through the machines a few times. To get the right consistency. Thickness. Okay. Leave 2 layers. Always you got to dust lots of flour. That's one of the main problems making fresh pasta. It tends to stick. So make sure you got dusting flour all the time.
Which flour are you using to dust here? Doesn't look like usual flour?
It's the same combination of the two. Okay. Is the right thickness. Now start putting obviously I'm making loaves. Obviously this one here is what I do because I'm making lots of ravioli, but I'm planning to do some pasta lessons, and obviously we will be making them maybe small amounts by hand. So this one here will be, if you're doing by hand, you can roll it with a small machine, and then you can put a filling with a spoon, small amounts. I'm using the piping bag because it's obviously quicker for me if you're doing large quantities. But if you're making small quantities at home, then normally you use the spoon to put the filling. Okay, now the pasta is fresh, so if you put this layer on top, it should be okay because it should stick together. But as an extra measure, I always put something between the two layers. I'm just with a brush, brushing some egg. So because when I put the second layer on top, that will definitely stick together, and when you are cooking, there will not be any problems at all. But if you're doing it at home and making a few ravioli, you may don't need this. The pasta is fresh, we should stick together, because in a minute I'm also going to put a lot of pressure with my hands, with my fingers, and also when you cut it as well, there should be enough pressure for the two layers of pasta to stick together. But as an extra measure, I seen my mom used to do this, so I kind of carry on doing it. My mom, she always used to put eggs between, or some even water is fine, between the two layers. Make sure. Okay, this is the other layer which should go on top. Okay, you need long arms. So slowly you rest the second layer, the top layer on top. You see the pasta is very elastic, what I was telling you earlier on. That is why I put some oil, because it's got to be able to give, to be elastic around the filling. I put some pressure with my fingers to push all the air out. I started from one side, going towards the opposite edge, and trying to push all the air out. My fingers are sticking to the pasta, so just put some flour. Okay. So I then press all the pasta all around it. Now what we do is with the pasta cutter, we cut it. The pasta will give us some kind of nice finished looking edge. And also we'll put some more pressure between the two layers, and that should definitely have no problem for the ravioli to stick together, the two layers of pasta to stick together. You cut them alongside between the fillings. And then you get them across. There we go. And then they go our beautiful, fresh, homemade spinach, mascarpone, and goat cheese ravioli. Put them in a tray. Obviously, you got to spread them nicely. You mustn't pile them up on top of each other, because otherwise they will stick together. I put them in trays. That's it. This is for this afternoon. Then a few more. This is all the fresh ravioli ready to be dispatched or collected. Okay, they look beautiful. Okay, thank you.